Melty Blood Type Lumina only has A characters? I'm not buying. These characters have no drip. Man, this game not getting bought. I'm not buying.
If you don't shut the... You know I got a better clip for that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Alright, we are less than 38 days until Melty Blood Type Lumina is supposedly dropping, and I see some people asking the age-old question every time a new fighting game comes out. Should I buy this game at launch? So let me push the agenda, give you reasons why you might want to buy Melty Blood Type Lumina day one. Also understand the huge stigma with buying a fighting game with smaller rosters. Seriously, I made a whole video essay on why smaller fighting game rosters are outstanding, so go check that out in more detail. But right now, I think Melty Blood Type Lumina currently has about 8 characters confirmed. If you're not a fan of Melty Blood Type Moon Tsukihime works or styles, you might think this roster is just lame or dry looking, and that's okay. It took me years to want to watch fake animation because I'm a shonen boy. The designs in shonen just appeal way more to me than just a normalized type of anime school look, pretty much. But if you know the lore of Tsukihime, they're not just dressed like that just to be dressed like that. They're doing it to kind of like conceal power. I ain't gonna go too deep into spoilers, but there's a reason for everything when it comes to Type Moon, Tsukihime, and Melty Blood. However, you know my thoughts on this. I'd rather have more options with my characters than having rosters full of clones and bootleg echo fighters, and overall the gameplay being super simple like one button attack on the surface. Yes, I'm talking about you, Naruto Storm. Most importantly, the game has the R word. You already know what I'm about to say. Rollback netcode. We don't know how good the rollback will be until we play the game. I know many of you were spitting, I'm not buying no more fighting games unless they got rollback all 2020. In a period where we are in a global pandemic still, this is like top 3 most important things in a fighting game in my opinion currently. I'm at the point where if the netcode pisses me off, I'm just turn the game off, play something else. Especially me being the person who got to love fighting games with playing with people in IRL, in real life. This makes me go kinda insane sometimes. I also think seeing Guilty Gear Strive selling so well with rollback netcode is changing the way a lot of devs are working to add rollback to their games. I'm not going to be that guy and tell you, well, you should support the game simply just because of them adding rollback into the game. Even though that might be true, I just think we shouldn't have to pay when it should have been a standard for almost every fighting game since the 2009 version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 released with GGPO. Drop some hashtag free Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in the comments for me right quick, man. This is also the cheapest fighting games will be ever going forward. I would rather tell you to buy this game for the price point if you're already against current games being $70. Getting Melty Blood Type Lumina is $50 instead of even being what could be dying out or due to inflation and other reasons, the normal that we used to have, which was $60. If you're in other countries and places, I'm sorry I can't do the math for you, that just sounds like hell. And I'm sorry, I know that y'all pay more for video games. I can tell you that is super annoying. The way I buy video games today, you know what, peep this. So if the base price of the game is cheaper, I always think about what the extra money could go to in longevity if it will go towards the game I'm playing it. If I like it, I'm probably just gonna support it anyway. Nowadays, most games eventually will have some sort of DLC. I'm way past the whole DLC, yada yada yada, why do we add whatever, I'm past that. So let me give you my thoughts process with an older video game that was on this channel, which is BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. I know BB Tag gets criticized for reused sprites and assets in the past, but for me, they were new to me besides Persona 4 Arena because it was my first time using them or playing with them in the game. So BB Tag was also $50, then I thought about it. That extra $10 off from the $60 could go to DLC content, since new games generally cost $60 at the time, and all I would really need at this point is the additional $10 for the Season's Pass content. 9 out of 10 is me being an adult and have more income. I don't really care about DLC pricing unless it comes off too expensive or stupid. Regardless, like I said earlier, I'm just going to support something I like. Also, if you want to be fair and not to attack on Arc System Worlds because people think I'm hating, no, that's not even the case. Don't even do that. I understand Arc System Works, what people like you guys, an ungrowing and developing and evolving company, have to go through with development of games and costs. If you really want to know the big difference, go watch the Harada's Bar with Sakurai episode 2. Dog, it's crazy. I learned so much about fighting games and their mind process when it comes to things. I think everybody should check this out. So let's put it like this though. Strive was a $60 game with 13 to 14 characters in it, and the season's pass was $30. So you're literally paying $90 for everything at all. You're at almost $100 price point. I didn't even care about the price because I want to support the company, but essentially with Melty Blood, you are getting the same type of thing, but for less, in my opinion, unless they drop a season's pass and it end up being like a $40 season's pass, which I don't think that's pretty much likely. I hope not. I'm also a firm believer of if you want to get into fighting games and learning with everyone else, the first month of a fighting game is also the funniest period and the fun at the hype peak point. Not saying that fighting game hype dies out, it's just an exciting time because everyone's trying to understand what the hell they are doing and if they really like the game enough to keep playing it and also pursuing a higher level of play with the game. Also, the curse of being a fighting game fan is potentially risk either getting the game on launch and playing it with everyone and being the person like me at one point where if I don't buy a game at launch, or also being the person like me where if I don't want to spend the full price at launch, I literally wait till Black Friday to see if there's a sale. But then the player base is either dead or frustrating to find matches online. Yeah, I have access to Discords, people have access to Discord. Sometimes I be pretty lazy. Not everybody gonna go out their way to join a server to play a game online, especially when they're new, just to get cooked for hours straight. That's a lot of people out here, let's be real. Then we got the modes of Melty Blood Type Lumina. This is the very big important factor to me if I should spend the price warranted on the game or not. For $50, you have a pretty standard fighting game. You have single player mode, which is story mode, training mode, versus mode, and network mode, which you'll be able to play with friends and stuff like that. As a person who's been semi-playing Smash competitively since Smash Wii U, I literally only needed training mode, offline Smash where I could play with my friends and all that, and online with the ability to make lobbies and rooms with friends that warrants a $60 purchase for me, really. Smash Ultimate is a beautiful game because 3 years later, I still haven't touched World of Light yet, and I appreciate it so much because it's in the game. It gives me other options to do stuff and I'm just tilted or whatever, yada yada yada. At the end of the day, I will say, yes, go ahead and buy Melty Blood Type Lumina for that young $50 if you could get it for that young $50. But dog, don't act like this game is gonna like rob you or anything like that. You already getting good netcode in it. The gameplay looks astounding from what we've been seeing. You've probably seen it in the video or watched multiple other content creators. It is worth it. It's definitely worth the price point. And I think this is something that a lot of people should also think about how devs are doing with smaller fighting game rosters or just smaller projects in general. Knowing the name of Melty Blood behind it and knowing that they have Type Moon, Tsukihime a part of it, they could have made this a normal $60 purchase. They could have potentially also even went for the next generation or the current gen with PS5, Xbox and One $70 games. And for a lot of people, character rosters, the amount of characters count to how much money they will spend on a fighting game or if they will buy it at launch all entirely. Me, I just want to have fun. So I'll do whatever it takes to get the fun if I can afford the fun. That's just how I am. So that being said, tell me if you buy Melty Blood Type Lumina on the comments down below. Let me know how y'all feel about the game. Are you gonna see the reviews? You gonna wait for my review? Yada yada yada. Also, consider becoming a member of the channel. You get free perks, you get free access to being in videos first, and you can run sets to me on stream and jump ahead of lines. I'm gonna start streaming more, but there's that. But regardless, remember, you guys are blessed, beautiful, and you're great. And remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla, peace, and I'm out.
I've been the devil, I need me an arc in the heart. Am I breathing? I feel like time's roll. Walking this bitch with a sound pack, so I'll let you rock it. I keep me a domino. Bitch, on my dick, man, I feel like a Zaki. Stretching that pussy out like it's Pilates. I'm dashing the soul like right out of a body. Fire, I'm spitting, I'm feeling like Dobby. White bitch, blonde hair, looking like Lucy. She from Kyoshi, I paint her face.